Put the fucking mic on.
I think we will start it with a
I'm not sure if I like
email.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. I was afraid of what you were going to bring up.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, after the last one.
I understand your trauma from me over the years, dude.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
We got an email here from one Jason Despain, who longtime Patron member, awesome guy, been very supportive. Met him at ride, meetup, and events, and just a great guy. And he leaves us a message, Lurch, doesn't he?
Yep. Quick little email, but I just wanted to put it out there because it's just humbling. So Jason says, "Hey guys, I've seen the video Ryan put out about the windows. He's referring to the windows in the law-abiding biker store. Some little hooligans decided they were going to use it for target practice with a pellet rifle or pistol, and took several shots at it over several nights. We found out we're not the target. There was, almost 30 businesses around town that got hit, but we had to do some repairs to those windows. And so he said they saw the video and sent a donation to help you guys out with the cost. Stay safe out there." So Jason, that's humbling. It's just really appreciated.
Unbelievable. Patron member doing that, and the community is so supportive. I've said it over the years. I couldn't have chosen a better community to involve myself with than the law-abiding biker community. And I will tell you that stuff like that helps immensely. Behind the scenes, people don't realize, you think, oh, well, they're fully insured. And yes, we are. But when our deductibles are so high that and then sometimes you don't want to report it, right? Because we all know insurance companies, I'm not going to get on that rabbit hole. I'm not doing it. All right. You know how they are. I'll leave it at that. And so we weren't even able to tap into our insurance. So we had to eat that entire deal. So it very much helped, Jason. And thank you so very much. You want to ride longer? Are you? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just tired of a sore and achy ass. Then fix it with a high quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. We will be rocking them on our upcoming 12-day Canada extravaganza trip.
Extravaganza? Oh, wow. That's new. I didn't know it was going to be an extravaganza.
It is going to be an extravaganza. And with that said, we just need to find out what an extravaganza is all about. What is an extravaganza mean, and what's it all about?
An extravaganza is basically a super fancy, over-the-top show or event. Think of it as something way more exciting than your average performance. It's all about being flashy, colorful, and really grabbing your attention. Does that make sense?
All right. So that's definitely going to be our trip. It's a perfect explanation of our trip.
Extravagant.
Thank you, Gemini. All right. So, we'll be rocking the butt buffer seat cushions. They sell themselves. You'll understand why when you get one, and how you rode with all those insane pressure points for so many years off a problem that can be easily solved with a butt buffer. The other thing we'll be rocking, of course, is Wilbur suspension. And it is unbelievable, guys. You've heard me talk about it. It's so wonderful that Lurch got his brand new 24 Road Glide Onyx Pearl White.
Chrome
trim. And he has Wilbur's on the way.
Yeah.
And we will be installing it on his bike. Let's face it, the stock front and rear suspension on your Harley and many other brands, of course, is basic, offering only a mediocre level of performance and comfort. Upgrading the suspension should be your first modification, guys. I'm telling you, many guys get intakes and pipes. That's what we all think of. But as far as rideability of a touring bike, this is what you should get. And, we'll talk about that in a minute. But that should be your first thought. It will make the most significant difference in the comfort and performance of your Harley. Not only riding, but cornering, everything, handling. All right. Having ridden thousands of miles in various environments and tested many different suspensions, I'm talking about me, I can confidently say Wilbur's is the best choice for a touring application. And now we believe for a cruiser type application because they are making it for the cruisers now. We have it listed, right?
It is. It's available in the store. Yeah, absolutely. A little bit different. It is a, obviously there's just one
coil for monoshock.
Yeah. So it's a little different setup. It's not quite, it's important to give them the weights and all that kind of stuff because it's not as adjustable. They do it through shimming and whatnot. So, you know, if you were to not provide the correct weights, then it may be too stiff or too light. But if you lose a bunch of weight or gain a bunch of weight, you can also send it back and they can reshim it. But so it's a little bit different, but still it has that Nevomat system on it, which is really cool. Yeah. So even on your let's say you get what is it, the Heritage? Classic.
We're trying to acquire a lowrider ST for the channel.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, whatever your classic, right?
Yeah, so if you got one of those and you're touring on it now, that's the Nevomat is available for that now.
Yeah, there you go. Good call.
Yeah.
And I guarantee when we are able to acquire a lowrider ST for the channel, Wilbur's will be going on that too.
Absolutely.
And so there you go. It's really hard for me to describe, but riding with Wilbur's, it feels, guys, like cruising down the road on a sofa. Smooth and comfortable, but without a floaty feel, if you get my drift there. The rebound is dialed into perfection, really, guys. It is. While others stand to absorb shocks, other riders stand to absorb shocks, I literally stay seated, guys. And it's funny. I see guys still, who was I riding with the other day? Oh yeah, you don't have your Wilbur's on yet. And we were riding together and I totally noted it. You went around manhole covers and stuff. And I was like, when you get Wilbur's, guys, I'm not kidding. Like I aim for shit now. I
Just
do.
to see how
because
much you can take.
I literally, if I see something, I'm like, oh, I'm hitting that. I don't care. Because it just handles it. You don't need to go slow over tracks, and other than the regular safety things of going over tracks straight and all that. But what I'm saying is, I don't care about manhole covers. I don't care about bumps. In the video, you guys see me jumping speed bumps with it. It's unbelievable. It's still, it's hard for me to explain, but I can stay seated all the time. No standing up, no worried about getting my back jarred or anything like that. It's the superior performance of the front and rear Wilbur's kit. They come in a kit. You got to get in a kit. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. It's not the way it was meant to be. Get it together. It's so impressive, and we do feature it right in the Law Abiding Biker store. And we are the number one store that is distributing Wilbur's right now, guys. That's hard for me to say because it still amazes me. I kind of have to pinch myself. Like, we are the number one distributor for Wilbur suspension here in the U.S. So get it from us. We know it. We live it. We eat it. We breathe it. And we can answer any questions you have on it. Lurch will get, you'll order it. He'll get your sizes, your weights, all that kind of sizes, I guess, weights and things like that.
The year, make, and model of your Harley and some weights. And the truth is,
it's custom made for you guys.
Yeah. And it handles a really wide variety of weights because that's the magic of it. It can adjust to, adding a passenger or whatnot. So we get that information just to make sure that you're within the spring setup. But, it's available for such a wide variety of weights. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it is. Get Wilbur's, of course, in the Law Abiding Bike store, and we will take care of you. You're going to say?
Yeah, I got a question the other day from a guy who lost a bunch of weight. I think he said like 30 pounds or something like that. And just to make sure, I contacted Wilbur's to see if anything needed to be done. They said absolutely not. It can handle that change in weight.
Okay.
He just needs to reset his sag for him as the rider.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if you get it from the store, of course, scroll to the bottom of the listing for Wilbur's and there's install videos. Exactly. You can do it. It is not difficult. And you will just save money from the dealership having to do it. You'll be amazed and you'll have the satisfaction of putting it on. And after we get your weight and all that, we'll have it on your doorstep in about 7 days and oftentimes sooner. Once we give them the specs that they need to make it, bam, they are so quick. We were mentioning it the other day. Lurcher was like, God, they got it out so quick. They got it out in like 2 days.
So Mike and Brian there at Wilbur's USA, they've been killing it. They've been getting stuff put out within a couple of days, generally speaking. The Softail stuff will take longer because they don't quite have the stock of it like they do the touring stuff. But, man, they're just turning it around quick.
We're moving a lot of it for them, and they realized that, so they ramped up the ability to get that out. And so good on them. But, again, video in the bottom. Remember, huge savings in the Law Abiding Biker store you won't see elsewhere. No tax if you don't live in Washington. That's a huge savings on the expense of suspension like that. Free shipping, of course, because it's over $100. And if you're a Patron member, you get an additional 10% using your Patron member code. So discounts and savings to be had in the Law Abiding Biker store. There you go, guys. Hey, Bikeaholics. 403 has a wide variety of innovative products for Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike.
I like gold.
Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of 3D products. This will be a quick mention here, but we did add it to the Law Abiding Biker store, and we want to tell you about it because all the listings are up. And of course, we actually have a plethora of these in stock and on display at the Law Abiding Biker store. A lot of people use these sorts of products, and we've got an array of them. What are they, Lurch?
We have some rider bandanas, face masks, and skull caps. So there's several different versions. There's a lot of half masks, if you will, neoprene and other different materials that you can cover your face with if it's cold or you're getting into bugs. Your half helmet rider and you want to have some protection from the elements. We've got those in simple designs or some cool designs, some skulls if you want to be a little flashy.
Yep.
If you want to be extravagant.
Yeah.
There's balaclavas, like thin balaclavas to wear underneath. You can wear those underneath your full helmet if you need to as well. There's some half masks with some material that hangs down to keep your neck warm, some skull caps, beanie caps, just a whole bunch of different things, even some bandanas.
Under helmet, beanie caps. Yeah. We've
some really neat stuff.
Yeah, we've got quite a few different models, and we haven't advertised that yet, but we've sold them even though we haven't advertised it because they're in the store. Yeah. Go check those out if you need that kind of stuff. We have really good, reasonable price. We sourced a really good brand, Zen Headgear, and they're really good quality stuff. I've looked at all of it over. I mean, it is quality. It's great stitching. It's going to last you a long, long time. And it's always nice to have a little skull cap, and I have them in my saddlebag for when it's a little bit cold, or something like that. And like Lurch says, if you have what was I going to say? Half helmet. You can protect your face. The other thing, while we're on this, is just to throw this out there. The other thing I did. So here's what happened. It's actually a good story, and it's a product I just threw in my saddlebag because of this incident. So obviously, I run the Shoei Neotech 3 helmet, the best helmet in the world especially for touring application, modular. I couldn't more highly recommend. Been running it on my police bike for many years. Been running on my personal bike. We sell them in the Law Abiding Biker store. We also sell the different colored shields, and on my Shoei Neotech 3, I often, most of the time, run my blue tinted, or it's a radiant something. It's like an orange mirrored type shield. Of course, you can run a clear and all that if you want, but I like the looks of it, and it's great for sun day after day. But the problem is, I run out the door. I don't always want to throw my clear shield in. So let's say you're out at dinner and it turns dark. We went to a sworn few meeting, and I totally was in a rush like always. And I had been meaning to do this. I'm an idiot. And because I knew it was going to happen. And at the meeting, it did turn dark, and I did not bring my clear shield. Plus, it's kind of a pain, and it was only like a half-hour ride home. So what I would suggest is so I don't run into that problem. So I kind of had to ride behind the other two guys, because you don't want to ride with your shield up and grab a bug in the eye, right? But I was like, God, if I would have just did what I meant to do, and that is throw a pair of really good riding glasses in there. And we carry Bobsters in the Law Abiding Biker store. We've got multiple different models. We've got the photogrammic that tint when you walk out in the sun. We've got non-photogrammic. Again, the Bobsters, and they've been around a long time. Lurch used them long before even Law Abiding Biker Media. They've been a long time staple in the industry. They're really good quality. We have lots of them in stock. They're very affordable. But by throwing that in my saddlebag, I finally did. Now, when that happens, I can just ride with my modular helmet portion up, or not the modular, but my shield open, and I can put riding glasses on so that I don't take bugs in the face. Because that at night, having that tinted shield down, it's friggin' dark. Yeah. And it's hard to see. It's not safe. It's not safe if a deer on the side of the road. So fix it, guys. Have a backup. What if your shield cracked too? I'm thinking long distance trip. We're going to Canada, 12 days. That happened to me before in Sturgis when Oscar put my helmet in his trunk and scratched the shit out of my shield. And there was a scratch right. Nobody had them.
Yeah.
Nobody in Sturgis had showy shields. No, the dealership didn't. Had I had a good pair of glasses, I would have solved that problem. So I did at that time. I had a different brand, but I at least had them. So yeah, think about those things, guys, especially long trips. Be prepared. As I can't always find what you need. Again, Bobster glasses in the store. They're along with that Zen headgear and face masks and all that kind of stuff. Okay, here we go. We got a podcast to do, Lurch. Number 2 of 3 today. Well, welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene. Yep. More than any time in history. By being here, by listening, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
One question we have for you. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics? Mount up.
And let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
I did the mount up on you this time, didn't I? I usually leave that for you. But you got the rest. We've been doing this long enough. All right. We got a great episode for you guys today. As always, cranking these things out. Today is going to be all about the Mueller. The Mueller.
Mueller.
It's the Mueller. Mueller Clutch 2.0. The Mueller Power Clutch. The Mueller Power Clutch 2.0.
Don't ride bikes for pussies.
Get the Mueller Power Clutch 2.0.
We're referring to a video that Mueller put out there with Mueller Man, and that's what he said in the beginning. So,
if you haven't seen it, it's funny.
It's a
good. Total corny video, but it's
guy looks like Conan the Barbarian or something like that. Yeah,
it's like a superhero telling you not to be a pussy. It's only something the Germans can do and get away with.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
No, and we love the Germans. And speaking of up front, just amazing products that the Wilbers, that's German guys.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Splashed on the scene here and took my heart and my mind. That shit's legit. And we really wanted to try this Mueller Power Clutch 2.0. And it, same thing, outperformed all of my expectations, the quality, what it does. We're going to get into it up front. It's going to, the stock clutches are hard to pull, guys. This is for cable clutches. Cable clutch system, which in 21, they went back to, Harley did on the touring models, right? From hydraulic, which is a supreme system over cable. But this item right here that we are going to break down so that you understand it, you can install yourself, and it will make it feel much closer, your cable clutch system, much closer to a premium hydraulic system, a much more linear pull, which we'll talk about, and up to 45% less clutch lever pull, guys. Did you hear what I said? Up to 45% less lever pull, less hand fatigue, less strain, easier in traffic, backed up traffic, low speed maneuvers. We not only installed it, we tested the crap out of it. That is what we will be talking about today. Please, guys, make 2025 the year you get signed up as one of our beloved Patron members. You become a member, very simple, by signing up for a monthly subscription, and you get to choose what level and the amount of benefits you want to receive. One easy membership fee each month. It supports our mission to help as many bikers as we can worldwide. There are a plethora of benefits for becoming a member. Some of those are t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, a troll-free zone, nothing but bikers helping and connecting with other bikers in there. It's amazing. It's a forum of almost 14 years now. You can literally get in there. Our Facebook group, if people don't know that, has a search function. So if you're like, hey, I was wondering about tires on my touring bike and what people think the best tire to use is, search Harley tires or tires. Holy shit. You'll get 14 years of feeds and discussions.
I'm going to do it right now. We're talking.
There you go. From really knowledgeable people. And I'm not talking about us. I feel like are fairly knowledgeable. There are much more knowledgeable people in that group than us when it comes to that stuff. So those are resources. That alone is worth the membership fee, in my opinion. That's probably one of the biggest benefits. But some of the other benefits that are super awesome too are access to our live video broadcasts and chat, which we'll be doing today at 3 p.m. We're recording 2, and we're going to do one live. You get access to premium videos up on request for you top tier members, all of our premium tutorial videos. You get the documentaries when I release those without having to pay for them for the first year and all that. And you get access to the ride meetup and events, our 12-day trip to Canada, in which one of those days will be our official Law Abiding Biker ride meetup and event. Just a lot going on, a lot of benefits. Oh, your store discount code, 10% off all year, 365 days a year on everything in the Law Abiding Biker store. That's also worth it, especially if you shop in our store. Lurch.
There's a ton of stuff on tires.
I figured there was. Wow. We've had those discussions, so that's why I picked that.
I had to look. And it's not just Harley tires either. You know, we got there's a Honda Goldwing.
Yeah,
they're talking about tires, but of course, a bunch of Harley stuff. But man, if you ever had a question about tires, there's plenty of information in here.
And you're basically talking to people that, number one, it's not a regular shitty forum, which are just dead. I don't even know why those exist anymore on the internet. They're useless, because the information you get is so choppy and you have jackasses in there. You're never going to get that in our group. Everybody that answers questions, they're there to help each other. That's what happens when you have a paid membership rather than a free Facebook group, is people are paying and they want to be in there and they want to make it a really good place because they're paying for it. You won't get dumb, you're stupid or any of that forum bullshit. Plus it's heavily monitored and we just really don't have problems. But we have lots of moderators, but we don't have to deal with stuff like that. It's a really respectful group. So it's a safe place, and you can ask any question, and you will get so many people who have I ran that tire for 4 years. Here's what I got out of it. That's super useful information. We don't have all the answers, but a lot of people in that group do. So another benefit. So lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Get over there, learn more, get signed up. We would love to get you better, and we certainly want to deliver on those benefits to you guys. All right. So speaking of our main topic, I think we're going to dive into it, and it is the Mueller Power Clutch 2.0. Hope you guys like my German.
Mueller.
The Mueller Power. Now, they spell it Mueller, so you got to search for it both ways. We list it both ways in our store, but they write it M-U with the 2 little dots over the U.
Umplats.
2 little, what?
Umplats,
yeah. Over it, and then L-L-E-R, so it's like Mueller. But what we looked up is the umplats, basically.
Umlaut? I got to look that up now, make sure I get it right. We spoke with our resident German expert.
What does it mean when in German they put 2 dots over a letter, and what is it called?
Umlaut.
You're talking about the umlaut. It's when you see 2 dots above a vowel like or ü in German. Basically, it changes how you pronounce that vowel, making it sound a bit different. It's kind of like adding a little extra flavor to the sound. Did you have a specific word in mind?
Mueller.
Mueller is a super common German surname, kind of like Smith in English. It means miller in German, someone who works grinding grain into flour. So it's a name that comes from way back when jobs were often turned into family names. Are you curious about other German names too?
What I'm curious about is if you spell Mueller, M-U-L-L-E-R, with the umlaut over the U, how is it pronounced?
If you spell Mueller with the umlaut, it changes the sound a bit. Instead of Mueller, it's closer to Mueller. The U sound is kind of like saying ew, but shorter and sharper. Want to try pronouncing it?
Yes. Can you go ahead and grade me on how well I do on pronouncing it? Mueller.
Mueller. You nailed it. That's how you pronounce Mueller with the umlaut. It's a tricky one, so great job.
Well, thank you very much. I'm blushing.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help.
Well, you found your new podcast sidekick. I'm out. See ya.
I don't need Lurch anymore.
You can just ask the computer.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Oh, there you go. I just, for the record, don't make me replay that. She said I did really good. Mueller Power Clutch 2.0.
I think
sorry, we love our German. I'm German, guys. I have a lot to German in me, if you guys didn't know. Urlacher, yeah. So we have fun with that. I love it talking to him with that little bit of accent. It's great. So we love our Germans. We're just poking a little fun. But that's why they spell it here. You'll see it how, depending on the listing, Muell, Mueller, Ller. So, with that said, we did recently, the video is out right now on the YouTube channel. It blew up. Let me just tell you this. Let's talk about sales.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You don't get to be the only one that gets to ask the computer things. So I don't have a fancy one to
Mine's
talk to.
much more sophisticated.
Yeah, I just use Google. But here is the information I received on the surname Urlacher. It says it likely originated as a variant of the German surname Urlacher, which is ER instead of UR. Urlacher is a habitational name, meaning it's derived from a place called Urlach, which translates to alderwood in Middle High German. Therefore, Urlacher likely refers to somebody who came from or was associated with a place called Urlach.
Can you look up further if Urlachers had big wieners? Because I know the answer, and it's yes, yes, and yes.
Here it says no.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
does it have a picture?
You got to verify your AI sources. I mean, we can't trust it. But
right. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But
I'm going to start calling you Alderwood.
Yeah, it's fine too. So we did do a full video, and so what I was going to get into is it blew up, guys. But I back this thing. I really, really do back it. And I don't take stuff lightly. I wanted to get it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to feel it, smell it, touch it, lick it. I want to do the whole thing, gnaw on it, like a piece of beef jerky. And I wanted to get it in a bike. I wanted to go through the install process. I wanted to go out and I tested it on the road and low speed cone drills and maneuvers and training. And I was super, super impressed. So the video's out, and not only is it a video of getting you up to speed on the cable clutch systems and how to make those great again, we go through a bunch of different stuff up to the Mueller Power Clutch. But with that said, the Mueller, I'm just going to say it, I've said it, so Mueller Power Clutch, oh God, I lost my train of thought. We go through the stuff. But the main part of that video is then we go into the actual very detailed install. Mm-hmm. You guys know us. We didn't mess around, and it is step by step from beginner. Skip through if you don't want to see the beginner stuff. But one of the things to get it installed, which we'll talk a little bit more about, is depending on how nitpicky you want to be and how speedy you want to be, we just remove the exhaust so we can just yank the whole transmission side cover off and make it really easy. There's other tricks we'll tell you about if you want to struggle, but we just yank it off. So we show you that all, but if you're not going to do it that way, you can skip forward to the parts you need. Very, very detailed, very, very free on YouTube. Got a shitload of views, shitload of comments. We had in stock what we thought would be a fair amount. I mean, I won't tell you the numbers of how much we spent to get them in stock, because once I believed him, I knew we put out a video that they were going to move, but we got burned again on how fast they moved. That's hard for us. And also, Mueller, it was not ready for us completely.
They are not the first company.
And they are not. PSR, Gerbing, another one, guys.
PSR.
Gerbing wasn't ready for us. PSR, until we came on the scene and really started loving their products. And I just, we have no relationship, guys, with Mueller or PSR. I just find products, and then I don't need companies necessarily. I don't mean that in an arrogant way. Like, that's cool if you want to work with me, but if I like your product, I'm just going to promote it. I'm going to sell it in my own store. I don't really need anything from you other than you to make it so I can keep it in stock. And that's not a put down on either company. We didn't really prep them. Hey, listen, this is who we are. We're going to do a video. And when we do a video, you're going to sell out. So you need to ramp up production for the next 6 months and get ready for us, because a lot of companies may not believe that. Our history says it, but again, we might have to start doing that in the future, because I just go out on a limb and I'm like, shit, I probably should have told them. But nonetheless, both wonderful companies, but these aren't large companies and they're making this stuff. And so with that said, we blew through our stock. Over the weekend, I was stressing out. I popped the video on a Friday. I'm like, holy shit, I need to order. We got to our wholesaler, grabbed more, so many that bam, the next day they're out of stock completely. Now we put in, and then we already sold out what's on the way and supposed to be delivered today. We're waiting for it. Those are already sold. People are waiting on them. And we've got many more on back order. So that's a great place to be in, obviously. But I feel bad for customers, that can't get them right now. I will tell you, you're not going to get the Mueller anywhere else. Good luck. We looked today. A lot of people don't even sell them. A lot of the big boys don't even sell the Power Clutch 2.0. Mueller's been around, by the way. They make previous the Power Clutch 2.0 for other bikes. So you'll find those, but
they made the Power Clutch.
The Power Clutch.
Now the 2.0 is for these newer big.
There you go.
Big V twins that have the, God, I had it and then I lost it.
I know
the plastic thing. Bowden, the Bowden cable connector.
Yes.
Yeah, and adjuster, the manual auto adjuster.
There you go. Bowden,
so this is a 2.0 because it has the Power Clutch and it's got the replacement for those Bowden cable parts. So it just makes sure, your clutch great. So they have been around for a while. One thing I'll say is that because they have been around for a while, some of the overseas companies have 3D scanned their Power Clutch and are making versions of it. But
listen closely to this, guys.
They are not made to the exact, specific specifications. Only Mueller has that. And it's a German company. They take that stuff very seriously. So if you're buying stuff from companies and you see that it's like, 40%, 50% the cost of the Mueller, understand that it's been 3D scanned and made with materials that aren't as high a quality. So use those at your risk. At your
I would not use them is what I would say.
At your own peril.
Yeah, at your own peril.
I wouldn't use them either.
At minimum. Good. Thanks, Lurch.
Yeah. And you can use the back and stock notification on our site there so that you get an email and or phone call or text, I should say, when they're back in stock. And just wait for those and don't buy the cheap crap.
Yep. Agree. Couldn't have said it better myself. There's always like that, where companies are trying to copy. That's what they're doing. They're copying 100% Mueller. And like Lurch says, I would not use them, guys. You're putting this, as we talk about this, you're putting this internally in your bike.
Yeah.
There's
things you can cheap out a little bit on, right? But that's not one I would mess with.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
It could leave you stranded.
You want to get a cheap Amazon axle chrome cap or something, go for it. But yeah, I would not F around with this. I say, and I don't say that, just trust me on that. I would not do it. If it doesn't say Mueller Power Clutch, then I would not get it. And you're getting the right one when you get it from our store, guys. So back to the stock real quick. And so like Lurch said, you get over to the Mueller Power Clutch 2.0 and hit the in stock. The instant that we get them as they come in, the instant Lurch puts them or Oscar back in stock button, you're going to get an email. And I would not hesitate on that email. Mm-hmm. I guarantee the ones we back ordered, as soon as they come in, everybody that signed up for that is going to order them as fast as they can because we will run out of them again. The reason is Mueller's trying to keep up, but they're also, as many companies are, having a shortage on raw materials. So in order to manufacture them, they've got to order all their raw materials that they need, and there has been a shortage of that. I just want to say all this because the podcast listeners, honestly, are our most loyal audience. And so we tell you guys a lot of stuff that we don't necessarily say out on YouTube and stuff. If you want to get them, I would beat everybody to them. And again, because we bought out the wholesalers, there's nobody else really going to be able to get them because we've already got more on back order than anybody else. But I do apologize because I know how frustrating it is when you see a great product and you want it and you can't get it. That's out of our control. Raw materials are out of our control. All we can do is sell them to you when we get them in stock and take care of you as a customer like we do. You've got our full install video. You don't have to spend any money there. Like Lurch said, the 2.0 kit comes with not only the ramp, which we're going to talk about, and it also comes with the Bowden replacement for that plastic auto manual bullshit stock yellow red adjuster inline on the right side of your bike. It's going to replace all that plastic. So it comes in a nice kit, and that's really nice. And it also obviously has a metal adjuster on it, a nut and a lock nut, just like the old Harley. So you can dial it in and get that clutch lever adjusted exactly where you want it. All right. So that's kind of a broad overview of the Mueller Power Clutch 2.0. And kind of, I've told you kind of what it does. Lurch, I think it'd be, we didn't mention new free video, did we?
Not yet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was the other one. We went to the dealership because we did one last time too. All right, go ahead.
The new free video for this episode is 2025 Harley Street Glide Midnight Firestorm Paint. It's got the ghost flames on it. It's awesome. Click the link in the show notes. Check that out. It is a beautiful bike.
Yeah, we popped by the dealership when it was in, and got some really good shots of it for you guys. And that video did really well over on the YouTube channel. Lurch will put it in the show notes, of course. Lurch.
Yes.
Where do you want to go from here? Why don't you start with kind of
explaining what it is,
what this is for, 21 and newer. Let's do a little bit of fitment. Again, let me say this. This is for cable clutch systems.
Yes.
If you're running a hydraulic system, like on my 14 and on 14 Street Glide and on Lurch's 15 Road Glide, the hydraulic system, guys, from the perspective of somebody who's ridden many, many different bikes, dirt, adventure, street, hydraulic is a premium system. For God's sakes, my 2024 Husqvarna TE 2-stroke, TE 300 2-stroke has a hydraulic clutch for a reason. Mountain bikes have hydraulic clutches, guys. It is beside me that, and one of my biggest irritations, that Harley went back to a cable clutch. It is an inferior system.
It's been a while since you've gone on this rant.
It is. I love going on. It makes me feel better as a person. It is. And I know a lot of you have heard it. You're like, shut up, Urlacher. But here's the deal. We have a lot of new listeners too. So I always have
ran on. I'm not trying to get you to stop.
The hydraulic clutch system, from a police officer and motorcycle officer and instructor, running clinics or trainings, I should say, and just riding dirt and adventure and street. It's a premium system. It's a very linear pull. It's always consistent. So you jump on 5 different Harleys of the same year, they're all going to feel exactly the same. They never change through the life of the clutch. They never need adjustment. They just eventually, the plates wear out. In contrast, your cable clutch is always falling out of adjustment because the plates are always wearing, thus it's pulling in cable, thus you've got to loosen it. And then you've got it, your clutch is always going to engage off the grip at a different area depending on how you have yours adjusted. With that said, the only argument, most people that like cable, they haven't ridden a lot of bikes like me to really understand the difference, and they haven't trained low speed maneuvers for 8 hours. They would understand what I'm talking about. So unfortunately, a lot of people they're talking with what experience they have. So I don't blame them, which isn't a lot of people online. Okay. And their go-to statement a lot is, well, that's what I like about it, is you can get your clutch lever exactly where you want it off the grip. Okay, time out. I'll stop you right there. That's the beautiful part about the hydraulic system, is there's only one product you need from our store for the hydraulic system to make it perfect. And that is our beloved PSR adjustable custom levers. Because you don't need to do anything else with that system. There is no inline adjuster. You never need to touch it. All you want to do is get the lever to engage the clutch off the grip where you want. And that's exactly 10-minute install on 20 and a beer on PSR levers. Our video, go to the PSR listings. We've got 3 different models from the pros, which I run, have the maximum adjustments. And then you've got 2 other, you've got a Journey and a regular Anthem. A little bit different adjustment, not quite as much adjustment, but still plenty. And you can get those 2 in black or chrome. Our Anthem Pros, you can get colored ends and barrel nuts and spruce them up. I put gold. They look really hot. They're fi for sure.
That's what the kids are going to be saying now. They're going to go from fire, which means that's awesome, right?
Right.
It's hot. It's hot. It's fire. Now it's fi, and we're teasing Ryan's daughter, or I was at least, on the way from school earlier, that it's going to get shortened down to f. So from now on, if you're telling somebody something's awesome, just go, that's f.
Totally, dude. It's going to change too. Dude, but seriously, no cap. Anyways, no cap. These things are freaking awesome.
Low key, no cap.
Low key. No, they're awesome, dude. You will ride down the road. you'll just slay and you'll leave no crumbs.
That's a new one. Hadn't heard that.
Straight
leave no
up,
crumbs.
bro.
Okay.
You'll leave no crumbs with these things, dude. So PSR guys, get those if you have a hydraulic system. We will be making some light references to hydraulic stuff versus cable throughout this episode. So, stick around. And of course, we always have a lot of fun with the episodes. If you have a hydraulic system, because eventually you're going to sell your hydraulic bike. And as it looks right now, you will be getting a cable clutch system too, at some point when you sell your hydraulic system, because I don't see Harley is listening. Indian's not listening either. So we're kind of stuck with these cable clutch systems. So hydraulic, PSR is all you need. And I would get signed up for those notifications too, because we can't keep those on our shelf. We're their number one seller of those. We're now number one seller of Mueller. This is not a joke, guys. And the number one seller of Wilbur's for these companies. So,
and probably PSR.
I did say PSR.
Did you?
Yeah, I said
Okay,
PSR,
sorry.
Mueller, and Wilbur's.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Leave no crumbs is a slang phrase meaning to have performed exceptionally well, leaving no room for criticism.
Right.
It's often used to praise outstanding performances, fashion choices, or other creative endeavors. It's essentially the same as saying someone ate something, meaning they excelled at it.
And that's how you use it. How'd you do at golf today? I ate. I left no crumbs. That usually goes together.
Wow.
You ate. And I was fine.
I ate and left no crumbs. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I know all the shit, dude. I know all the shit. I got kids, dude. One's at college. I still got a 15-year-old though. I hear it. I know it all, dude. And the kids hate it when I talk to them like that, but I do it to embarrass them. Don't tell me I can't use your language. Kiss off. All right.
And before we get into
Bullshit.
the Mueller,
Mueller Power Clutch 2.0.
This kit comes with the facilitator and the ramp, and it comes with the replacement metal parts for the Bowden connector. Get rid of that plastic shit.
I said that. Yep.
I know. I'm going to get there.
Okay.
So this is a kit, but if you do not necessarily need the reduction in pull, you're fine with it. Then we do have other options for you as well. We've got the fat baggers, easy adjuster, and aluminum cable housing. So you can replace just that part and get a lot of improvement there. Not necessarily, you won't get a reduction in pull, but you'll get a smoother, more linear pull, and you can adjust where your clutch engages off the handlebars. But for those of you that do want a reduction, this takes care of both those issues. It reduces the amount of pull force needed to pull the clutch in, and it also makes it much smoother.
Yep. So before we get into the install, how are we doing on time? Good. Yeah, we're doing good. Let me just give you a broad overview of your options to make this all make sense. I go through this in the video the same way, but it has visuals with it. So that may be helpful at some point. So you get your brand new 21 or newer Harley-Davidson with a cable clutch system and a Chief Bowden adjuster, manual, red, yellow adjuster, plastic
Manual
thing.
Auto,
whatever
what do you call it? Auto manual.
Auto manual.
Yeah.
You get it and you're like, sucks.
Yeah, mine does.
And remember what I tell you guys, you need to make these bikes. It's not Harley. It's not Indian. It's not Husqvarna. I put hundreds and hundreds of dollars into my Husqvarna to make it mine and make it work for me. I put lots of money into my Street Glide to make it comfortable and work for me. Same with my KLR. Same if I got an Indian. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a Goldwing. Goldwingers put a shitload of stuff. BMW guys fucking farkle like crazy. Okay, so stop the, it's a $30,000 bike. It should come perfect. My Ford F-150 didn't come perfect. It was $70,000. Okay, so nothing comes perfect. These are made for a broad array of riders. They can't make it for everybody. It's impossible. So shut it. All right. That's to all the keyboard warriors on YouTube. It is what it is. If you're not 100% completely comfortable with the controls on your bike, you will never be in full control of your bike. That's a bad place to be in. And unfortunately, people neglect this area. They'll go get exhaust, doesn't help you control your bike at all. Go get an intake, doesn't help you control your bike at all. Go get, seat, which we recommend all these things in due time and as money allows. But the controls are everything on your bike, and how comfortable you are with your bike and manipulating controls and swerving that bike around and doing what you need to do to get it where you want it to go. That's crucial. So this is something to take in consideration as soon as you bring your cable clutch bike home. here's your options. Main theme. We at least want to get rid of the plastic Bowden adjuster. Bam. We want to add, not an auto adjuster like Harley has that doesn't allow you to do any fine tuning. We'll replace the plastic at the same time. We're replacing that with a nut that you can turn and a collar so you can adjust the clutch lever to engage the clutch right where you want off the grip. These are the products to do that. Some of you have already put them on. Fatbagger's Easy Clutch Adjuster. You can also get where the cable comes together there on the right side of your bike, guys. It comes up from the transmission side, and then at that Bowden adjuster, it connects to the upper portion of the cable. That's where they come together. There's two balls on the end of the cable. There's a little thing there. So at the same time, I get the Easy Clutch Adjuster. You can also get the lower portion. We have these in our store, and you'll replace that with metal too. You're done and you're on your way. It's going to be a better pull because you've already, not as much as the Mueller, but it's still going to be a better pull, a more linear pull. It's not going to be easier probably, but at least more linear. And it gives you the adjustment. You get rid of the plastic. Okay, done. You can be done there if you want. I would add PSR levers to all of these because that is the icing on the cake to give you real fine tune adjustments. So everything I say, PSRs are the last thing you put on. You put these on, put your PSRs on, and you are down the road. Your next product that you can move into is a Fatbagger's upper clutch cable. So you get your new bike. It's stock. You've got the plastic Bowden adjuster thing there. This is the difference. If you replace the whole upper clutch cable with this Fatbagger's Easy Install upper clutch cable, you can get it in braided or vinyl casing, is that it takes that, it not only replaces, you're basically getting rid of the adjuster, that whole plastic adjuster on the right side of your bike. And then you're replacing the upper cable, but you're also, it comes in a kit. You're replacing the bottom plastic piece with metal. So it'll all be metal now, but it moves that adjuster up to your clutch housing at your lever. So like you see on dirt bikes and mountain bikes and all kinds of stuff, my KLR, my Husqvarna doesn't do it because it's hydraulic, but the KLR, it allows you to turn a little nut right there while you're sitting on your bike. You can actually have your hand on your clutch right there and you just reach over, you adjust it, you adjust your lever right where you want off the grip. So again, backing up, easy clutch adjuster, your adjuster will still be on the right side. It's all metal now, fine tune adjustment. You're like, I like that, but I want to go next level. I'm just going to get the upper clutch cable and do it that way. So my adjuster is at my clutch housing. Okay. You've solved those problems there. Those are your two options there. Now we move into the Mueller, which solves all those problems and then some. So the Mueller does all that. It comes in a kit. You get the Bowden replacement upper for your upper deal so you can adjust it. It's all aluminum. You get the bottom housing, so it's all aluminum there. So you've done all that. You've got your adjustment at the right side of your bike. And then you're going to install this internal ramp, which I'm going to let Lurch break down here in a minute. He'll do the mechanical part of this. That will make it up to 45% lighter pull. So you'll get all the benefits of replacing the plastic and adjusting your clutch lever where you want off the grip or engage, plus the 45% lighter pull. So those are your three options. One more thing to consider, and it's what I did doing to my bike. These adjusters, Mueller, Fatbaggers, they all do the same thing. This isn't a complicated engineering piece of equipment. It's a fucking cable, and this little adjuster either tightens it or loosens it. So this is what I'm doing. You're not going to, I already put the Fatbagger's upper clutch cable braided on my 24 Street Glide because I want the adjuster at my clutch housing. It's really easy. I adjust that first, then I can adjust fine tune with my PSR levers. And that's what I want. I don't want to get rid of it, but I want the Mueller. So when I get the Mueller, which I have on the workbench, I've already replaced the upper clutch cable. I already have the aluminum housing because that all came with my Fatbagger's upper clutch cable. All I need is that ramp in my transition to make the pull 45% lighter. So when I get the Power Clutch 2.0, I'm going to set aside the metal adjuster and the metal lower cable housing because I don't need them. I already got the Fat Baggers version of that. Okay. Then I'll just throw those aside. Don't need them. Don't need it parts. You could certainly put those on if you wanted, but why? Well, at least the lower, if you wanted, but that's just a lower aluminum housing. They're really both high quality. Point being, I'm going to keep what I have. I'm just going to add the ramp. And we're going to tell you how to do all that. So if you're starting from scratch, you're going to need the whole kit. We don't sell them separate, right? So the 2.0, that's why it's a 2.0. It comes in a kit. So yeah, it sucks, but you just have to set one aside, give it to one of your buddies that doesn't want a ramp go. Well, at least you could get an adjuster and a lower housing, and then they can add the ramp later if they want or never.
Give it to a buddy.
There you
Put it on eBay.
There you go.
Save it.
Put it in your butt. I don't know.
What?
It's tubular. Just stick in your butt. I don't know.
Jesus, you were shot out of a cannon today with all your random statements. Good God.
Whenever you don't know what to do with something, you consider putting it in your ass.
No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody does. Maybe just you.
Well, shall we ask Gemini?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Anyways, I hope I try to explain things very well to people. I think that I get a lot of comments on the videos and the podcast because of that. I try to think how I would want to explain and what questions I'd have. I'm able to do that, I think, and break it down. So hopefully that made sense. So again, those are your options. I explain the same thing on the video with a few more visuals. But at the end of the day, we sell all the products. And always remember, if you do need help, we have really good guys. If you look at our store website, like we painstakingly put fitment in there for you. There's a huge fitment button. Hit fitment. Okay. A lot of people email us. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're not putting you down. We will help you, but it may take 2 days and it may go out of stock. And all we do when we enter your emails, we go to our own listing, we hit the fitment, we copy and paste it into your email. You could have figured out the same thing and not missed out on getting it when we have them in stock. But again, I'm not putting you down if you do that. If that's how you like to shop, I'm good with that. But we really try to make things clear. But obviously, if you have a question, there's no dumb questions. We're never going to put you down for that. We are here. We are bikers. We're here to help you, support you, take care of you. So on our store, there is a contact button. You can hit it, throw your name in there and email and just shoot your question to us. Again, we're a small bootstrap company of bikers, and we don't have non-motorcycle people with headsets in some office in China answering your questions. We're answering your questions. And because we're so busy and doing podcasts and filming and running a store, and it may be 2 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we feel bad. We try our hardest, guys. We hate doing that, especially over the weekend. Ooh, they stack up and you may not get answered until Tuesday. Yeah. So if at all you can, and we have videos, so watch the videos. We usually answer all those questions. We really try to make it so you don't have to wait, that you can figure out everything. We try to do it totally different than other stores. But again, hit the contact, just understand we are bikers and it's going to take a little while. So I knew this was going to be a lot, but I really wanted to break it down.
And I just want to go back to the video. The video that we did installing this is on a 21 CVO Ultra Limited, and it was stock. Mm-hmm. So if you're out there and you don't have any of the other stuff like Ryan was talking about, you don't have any of the Fat Baggers parts on it, we purposely used a bike to take it from stock to show you the A to Z install on a bike that's stock. Yep. Good call. Good call. How's the Zero 3D stuff coming, brother, as far as for the new 24 and all that? It's coming in. It's starting to. We've got some of it already. Okay. But more's coming. And so they're hoping June-ish that they'll have a lot of it available. So we'll be doing some install videos here shortly. We've got some stuff sitting out here in boxes waiting to be installed. They figured out how to hook up the lighting on the new bikes. The CAN bus system is just too complicated, so they're going around it, going straight to the battery with connectors, either a standard connection or the Light Strike Commander. So if you want to be able to do all the animations and whatnot, you want to go with the Light Strike Commander. But you could just do the simple standard connector that does run, turn, brake.
Night Rider, fuck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now they have a vent light for the Street Glide and Road Glide. Is normally just it's what they call ghost technology. It's kind of tucked up underneath your vent. You really don't see it until it's on. And it's normally white, but when you turn on your turn signals, it flashes. But if you have the Light Strike Commander, you can do animations, allegedly, like Night Rider. We'll see when we play with it.
Night Rider, fuck yeah. That's me, dude. I'm all in.
For the Street Glide, they have what they call the goatee light. It's a light that fits right underneath your headlight and fills that plastic void. There's a plastic piece underneath your headlight. Chrome or black on that.
This is sexy, guys. A lot of guys are taking that black plastic piece and they're paint matching it. Screw that. Why not use that for something and some extra lighting? Screw painting it. Get rid of it and put this goatee. That is hot, and I can't wait to get it on my bike.
And then they've got some chrome and black license plate frames, lighted frames. Really clean up that back end instead of having that bulky light sticking out over the license plate.
Nobody likes a dirty back end.
It cleans it up. It makes it look really nice. And I can't say for sure what else is coming out other than I had a question about some of the lighting that we currently have for the pre-23.5 newer fairing models. And I was told that there's stuff in the works. So they're still working on some more stuff, but that's the start of it for now.
Yeah, buddy. And you better believe.
It's all in the store. Use that back in stock notification. So when we finally get them in stock, you will get notified that we have that new Zero lighting for the new bikes.
We really appreciate you guys obviously shopping in our store. We love Zero stuff. And I'm so excited. We do have some out here to get installed before it's available so that we're ready. But it's sexy, and I can't wait to get it on my bike. All right, Lurch, I've been talking a lot. I did the first part. What Lurch, I think, is going to do is give you a bird's eye view of kind of the install and some things to consider and kind of how we did it. I'll jump in if I need to. I usually can't shut up for more than 2 seconds.
That's true.
I could try for a record, maybe 3 seconds. But he did all the work for the most part. I filmed, and again, we're going to give you an overview so you understand kind of that this isn't super complicated and you can do it. But with our video at the bottom of the listing, bam, you will slay and you will leave no crumbs.
You will eat and leave no crumbs.
You will eat and leave no crumbs. You'll be the slay king or the slay queen.
Whatever that means.
No cap.
No cap. So this product's actually been around for a while. It's just something that I was unaware of, but they made them, the Power Clutch itself, all the way back to the Evos, twin cams, and now Milwaukee 8. So it's been around a while. And when you first look at it, the Mueller clutch facilitator versus the stock Harley one, it's really hard to tell what the difference is. And we were thinking it was just some more, German voodoo magic shit that was going on. But what it is they improve the geometry of the ball sockets. So when you remove your clutch facilitator and ramp and open them up, you'll find you have 3 ball bearings in between those 2 parts. And what they did is change the geometry of the ball pockets on the Mueller Power Clutch so that it reduces the pull while still performing as it should. It's pretty ingenious.
It is ball pockets.
Yeah, I don't know if they're bigger ball pockets. They're definitely definitely different shaped ball pockets.
Ball pockets.
But you'll have improved ball pockets.
Your pockets will hold the balls well.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's how it works. And then again, we've already kind of beat a dead horse on the Bowden cable, but it replaces all the plastics up there. So the install, pretty straightforward. Most bikes, you will have to remove the exhaust. At a minimum, on the touring bikes, you're going to need to remove the right-sided exhaust. And you might get away with loosening up the headers and being able to pull them away from the bike. But you still got to deal with them. They're still in your way because that clutch housing that covers the ramp is behind your right-side exhaust. It's almost impossible. You can dick with it, but I think in the end, you go through so much work to remove the exhaust and loosen the headers. Why not just pull it off? So that's what we did. But you do you if you can get to it, and it depends on what kind of exhaust you have. You may be able to get to it a lot easier with a stock exhaust. It is a challenge to get that to cover off.
Let me throw this in. A couple little pro tips. So here's the dilemma.
That was pretty good. That was more than 3 seconds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was proud of myself. I really was. I almost said it too. I'm glad you noticed. So pro tip, here's what some guys do. You've got all kinds of keyboard warriors out there, and a lot of people, not a lot, a few couldn't believe we removed the exhaust. It takes 20 minutes, people. Our video will show you how to do it. It's 20 minutes of you not throwing tools and pulling your hair out. 20 minutes is nothing for the ease that it's going to make the rest of this install, which Lurch is going to mention. But here's what some guys do if you want to try it to get behind there. You don't actually, if you really want to try, depending on your exhaust, you don't have to remove it. But what we're talking about here on the right side of your bike, behind your feet, is your transmission cover. It's where your clutch cable goes into the transmission. It's your transmission housing. It's got 6 bolts, 2 top, 2 bottom, 2 side. You need to remove that cover. In order to do that, if you were just to, take it and it didn't have bolts and I was just going to pull it, it's going to pull right against the inside of your exhaust. You're not going to be able to move it up. You will be able to if you could get it free. But remember, you're going to lose oil out of this. Lurch will get more into this. And so now you've got a cover that you're trying to dick with and you've got oil all over and you get it. So, but what some guys do, and if you want to try this, go for it. I would still remove my exhaust for the headache, but they're all hex heads on there. And so they'll take an L-shaped hex head wrench and they'll grind it down. They'll cut it down about 1/4 inch off so that the L on it isn't so long.
Okay.
Thus it fits behind there to try to take these bolts off. Now I will tell you, if you're a torque guy, and I would suggest, I do torque a lot of stuff these days. That's one I would torque. It's your transmission cover. You're never going to get a torque wrench in there. So when you put it back on, you're going to be winging it. And you certainly don't want that thing to leak. It's your transmission cover. But some guys do it that way. They make a little custom L wrench hex head. So it's up to you, but we will show you how to do it. Once we got out of the way, you can just breathe. And then you got all the room in the world to torque things and take bolts off. So there you go.
Yeah, we've learned over time because we've tried all the shortcuts too, and we look at it and go, what's the average guy going to do? He may not remove the exhaust, but even in that process of working on it with the exhaust in the way, it's more frustrating, and I don't think you save any time by going and creating a special tool and removing it with that, not being able to torque it down properly. Now maybe you don't get the gasket lined up right. We just have learned over time to take a few minutes on the front end and remove something, get it out of your way, and then do it correctly and torque it right. So if you decide to take the shortcut, good on you. I'm just saying you're probably not saving much time and you're probably adding a lot of frustration. But either way,
I always like to start on the front end
either
before I move around to the rear.
Either way, you do need to remove that clutch the cover on the transmission for where your clutch goes. But I think I jumped ahead a little bit. So let me back up. To start out with, one thing that's very important is to remove your primary cover, loosen up your clutch adjustment on the plates. You've got a nut and what would you call that? A rod. Trying to think of what
a nut and a rod. What are you getting at?
on the primary side, I'm trying to think of what the proper terminology for the adjuster.
Now he's got his finger. No, he's literally got, God, I wish this was live on video. He's got his finger. He's got a hole made with his thumb and his forefinger, and he's going through it like you would do if you're making the screwing signal. He's going in and out, and he's asking me what it is. I can't take you seriously when you're doing that. Okay, back up. I'm going to try to answer you. You're talking about inside the transmission cover?
Yeah, the clutch. No. Back. I want to back us all the way up to where you really should start, which is go to the primary, go to the left side of your bike, remove your primary cover.
Yeah.
Back off the set nut on your clutch adjustment.
Clutch adjustment, bolt and nut,
Yeah, and then turn your adjustment out about 4 turns.
Yep.
What that is going to do is loosen up that whole system so that you can get the Bowden part of the clutch apart and back together much easier.
Yep.
If you don't do it, you're going to struggle.
And you'll cuss.
And swear.
We say this from experience because we've been there.
Sometimes I get ahead of myself, and maybe you too at times, and start getting into a project, assuming that we know how to do everything because we work on bikes a lot. And we miss simple things like that. And we were working on it, and we're having a hell of a time getting the clutch cable put back together.
Back in the tray,
and so went to the instructions and read them again and realized, oh, we missed a step. We need to back it out. So huge thing. First of all, remove your primary cover, loosen up your adjustment nut, and back that thing out about 4 turns. And it'll give you all the play that you need.
And back the Bowden nut all the way off. Did you mention that?
No, I'm talking about starting from a stock bike.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You got a brand new stock bike. Gotcha. You got your plastic shit in there still.
Yep.
So loosen up your clutch adjustment, and that gives you a lot of play. And then again, we really recommend removing the exhaust. And on some bikes, it'll make it even easier. If you got an Ultra or something with lowers, it'll make it even easier to get into the Bowden cable parts. Remove the exhaust. Highly recommended. And then you can do it in different steps. I believe we show you taking the plastic Bowden stuff out and then putting the aluminum stuff in. And we've got a lot of tips and tricks on that because that can be a little finicky too. And then from there, you got to go down, remove the clutch cover for the clutch, get yourself
a new gasket before you do this project. You're going to need a transmission gasket.
Highly recommended. You could reuse it. Probably not a good idea because if it starts leaking, now you're definitely taking your exhaust off to get in there. I just replace it. It's a $6 part or something like that.
Yep.
So make sure that you get a new gasket. When you break the seal on that thing, you are going to lose fluid in your transmission.
We should have already drained your oil, which you skipped.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But you will still lose some.
Yeah, you still will.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, make sure you drain it. You will still lose some, so make sure you have a rag or you have your tray down.
Just drain your transmission fluid only. Yep.
Yep. And no matter what, you're still going to have something that come out. So be prepared for that. And then you have to remove the facilitator. It is a little finicky. There is a pretty serious clip that holds the facilitator in place.
It's a snap ring.
Snap ring. Thank you. And it's a thick one. It's a big dog.
It is.
And we've learned how to slide it in at a certain angle, and just it pops right in and turns in. If you try to squeeze that thing tight enough to get it in, you'll
cuss like Lurch.
Yeah, it'll go.
You'll
flying.
Get red in the face. You'll walk away. You'll walk away, and I need a minute. And he's been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I made a really good video on it like 5 years ago. That video did really good. There is a trick to it, and the video shows it all. When you hit the sweet spot, you can feel it. It's like butter.
Just slides right in.
Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you're just trying to squeeze the clip and pull it straight out, you're going to be fighting.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. This little technique works. Watch it ahead of time. Do the technique the way we show it, and it'll be an easy peasy thing to do.
This is what holds your ramps in, guys. The ramps,
the ramp and the facilitator.
And if we didn't explain the ramps and the facilitators, what you see in the kit.
Yeah.
It's a big round piece of 2 round pieces of metal. One has pockets in it for the ball bearings. That's the ramp that we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. They both have the pockets.
Yes. Right.
And there's ball bearings that go between the two. So after we show you how to remove the clutch cable from the facilitator. We're not trying to teach you how to do it right now on the podcast. Right. We're just trying to briefly run through the install. It's an afternoon job probably.
Yeah.
You can do it in your shop. We do it on a lift, which is nice, but you could do it on the floor if you needed to.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that your average guy with a little bit of mechanical skills and our video can do. Be careful when you remove that spring because it is a heavy duty clip and it can go flying. When you remove the facilitator out, the top piece, if you will, of the clutch ramp and facilitator, there are 3 ball bearings. Careful, you're going to reuse those. Don't lose them.
Yeah.
Remove that, put in your new stuff, in reverse order and put it back together. And it's really all there is to it. It's a pretty straight
Fill it back
job.
up with oil, torque things down, put your exhaust back on, and
ready to roll. Then you need to start making some adjustments.
Yes. And we're kind of going to tell you the best way from here to make those adjustments that will be foolproof because you've still got your primary cover off. Your clutch lever is going to be loose. Everything's going to be loose. And there's a procedure that we need to do to get this all going again.
I wanted to get a little bit of that music
because he's dancing before he goes here.
Ride longer and treat your ass with some respect already. Get hooked up with a Butt Buffer premium seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials, and it's unlike gel pads that'll leak if punctured. The Butt Buffer is designed not to slide around your seat, fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easily cleans, and helps dampen those damn vibrations.
I love those vibrations on my dirty ass.
Who doesn't? With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head on over to the Law Abiding Biker store and check out our full line of Butt Buffer seat cushions.
All right. Do you want to go into final adjustments or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So from here, guys, you've still got your clutch inspection cover off on the left side of your bike. Very simple. It's like 6 bolts. Now we back that main bolt off like 4. We show you this in the video, but generally speaking, that's what you're going to start with. You want to make sure that your adjuster on your Bowden first before you go over here is turned all the way out. You want the clutch lever and all the tension off the cable. And so the clutch lever at this point should be sloppy. Like it should have no tension on it. You should be able to slap it around up there. That means you have it backed all the way off. Here's where you start. So you go over to the clutch, you turn you'll see in the video, but you turn your main bolt in just till it's seated. And then from there, you reach up, you grab the lever 3 times, you pull your lever 3 times just to make sure everything's backed off. And then you just back that main bolt off a turn or so, and then turn it back in just till it's seated.
Quarter to a half a turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, don't you turn it? You turn it all the way out again, and then you turn it back and seat it. Then off a quarter.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting ahead of you.
So, so pump it 3 times, then you go back down. You loosen that main bolt up again, just like 1 or 2 turns, and then turn it back in just till it's seated again, and then back it off 1/4 to 1/2 turn. We did 1/2. You'll have to decide. You'll know if you get your bike and it's slipping or anything. You might have to do a little less, but Harley recommends 1/2. I've heard some guys say they do 1/4. I've had bikes that do 1/4. It's not rocket science. If you get on your bike and the clutch is slipping a little bit, you got to go back in and adjust that. But most of the time, 1/2 turn is a good rule. And then you lock the lock nut down on that bolt, and so that it doesn't move out of adjustment. Throw your cover back on, your derby cover. So you got your internal adjustment. Now you move up, and here's where you grab your new adjuster on the right side of your bike that you put in, and you start turning it. And basically, you're taking all the slack out of your lever. And where we start is with the bike off, is I adjust it tight to where there's just about a 1/4 inch play off the lever. So you can just kind of grab it, and before you pull the cable, there's just like a little slop there, like a 1/4 inch slop off the clutch housing. That's a good place to start. Then in a ventilated area on a pad or whatever, that's when you're going to make your fine adjustments. You fire your bike up, make sure you pull the clutch all the way in, be ready for your brake. Just in case you have something adjusted wrong, because when you're shifting gear, it may lunge on you. But if you have everything adjusted right, it's probably not going to lunge. And you click it in gear, and you'll slowly let your clutch lever out. And you're like, I want it a little farther off the grip. That's too close. Bam. Go over to your right side, tighten your cable a little bit. Get back on your bike. Of course, turn it on, and repeat, rinse and repeat until that engages exactly where you want it. Then you go over and make sure you lock that lock nut on the adjuster collar so that it doesn't fall out of adjustment. And you're golden. And then, of course, I know you all have. You've already put on your PSR levers. That is the last thing you will adjust. You will have done all this. If you do have PSR levers, you're going to get them. I will throw that in. Have them on the bike. And you want to make sure not only everything's out, the clutch cable's out as loose as it can before you adjust your transmission, all that. Your PSRs should be all the way out too, as far off the grip as you can get them. And then just look for that 1/4 inch play with your PSRs, and then lock everything down. Adjust, just same procedure as the stock levers. We want to make sure your PSRs are all the way out. Then once you adjust that cable and you lock it down and you have where you want the clutch to engage or close as you can get, because that's what's nice about the PSRs. All you have to do, you don't have to do it over and over trying to get it perfect. That's the beauty of the PSRs, is get it in the ballpark with the PSRs adjusted all the way out. And you're like, yeah, that's close enough. Because the rest of the adjustment you can do with the PSR levers. Really easy by just turning the barrel nut or whatever and get it right where you want. And the nice thing about the PSRs is then every time your clutch falls out of adjustment, you don't have to run over, unlock the thing, start trying to adjust. You can literally just, for a while, you can start just adjusting your PSRs out real quick to a point.
Yeah.
Once you run out of adjustment there, you're going to have to go adjust your cable. This is the problem with cable systems, guys. They need adjustment as your plates wear. And then I would so if my clutch fell out of adjustment, I'm like, okay, I've got none left on my PSRs, or it's getting too sketchy. I need to tighten my cable. That's what I would do. I would start over with go do an internal adjustment, just like we did. Boom. Do your cable adjustment, start all over, and then your PSRs. Because what you're doing is at some points your plates need to be adjusted internally. You only have so much slack in your cable that you can play with, so much in your PSRs. There's no magic wand for this. You just have to, when all else fails, start over down the road as your clutch plates wear and adjust your clutch plates internally, then externally, then your PSR levers. And it is just but that's what I love about PSRs on top of all this. It's the icing on the cake, because for a long time, I'll be able to just adjust my PSRs out as it wears. I'm like, oh, it's getting too close to the grip. Pop out a couple turns. Perfect for a while. Oh, pop out a couple turns in next year or whatever. So you don't have to keep doing all that. Did I miss anything on that, Lurch?
I think you explained it well.
Yep. So yeah, I would, with the video, I guarantee you guys can do this. It is not rocket science, and we really took our time on the video to make it sense for you. We'll wrap it up here in a minute, but we do have, we want you to become a patron member because we want to get to know you better. We want to get you benefits, but a lot of you just want to support us through leaving a flat donation, and we never balk at a flat donation. And we want to thank the following people.
We'd like to thank Michael Onculus of Westlake, Ohio, James Augustus of Seville, Ohio, and Rodney Elnick of Washington, Michigan.
lawabidingbiker.com/donate. That's /donate. You can also go to the homepage of the Law Abiding Biker main website, not the store website, but the main website, the blog website, and there's a huge donation button. And we really do appreciate those. It does help put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank,
so we can keep this thing running on down the road.
Yeah. And I know a lot of you also, sometimes those donations are via tips left in the store. I know it's amazing. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to say it, is that we do help a lot of people. If you do have questions, we try to get you the right products. We try to take care of you, treat you well. And because of that, a lot of people, when they purchase, because of all the help we help them with, that you will not get at the big conglomerate stores, because a lot of the people that may be answering your questions don't even use or ride bikes. That when you get that big, you're just never going to find enough employees that all ride bikes and love bikes. We're not to that level. So we do ride and live, eat, breathe bikes. And so people will leave donations on top of their purchase. Humbled, amazed. I don't even know what to say to that. So sometimes on the donations, when we're thanking, we are thanking people. So let me finish off by this, Lurch.
The review.
The review.
Okay.
So we took Oscar's bike out. Let me just tell you right now, these are going on all our bikes. I have one sitting on the workbench. Lurch threw one in his saddlebag. Or sold. Done. I went out, met every expectation and more. So very nice on the road. This is going to be nice for everybody. When you let your clutch out, it's a much more linear takeoff. It's very jerky as it is stock. There's just not as much play. You need really fine, minute movements to get it to grab and ungrab. There's just not a lot of friction zone area there. So for the average rider held up in traffic, the pull is so much lighter, up to 45% lighter. I'll say ours was around 40%. We did some real gross, non-scientific, if you want to see the actual scientific stuff on it, go to Mueller's site. We grabbed a pull scale and we pulled mine and then pulled Oscar's. Mine was still stock without the Mueller. And we came out about 38% or something like that. So even at that, even an unscientific test, you could feel it without saying a word. We didn't even need to do that. I was like, yeah, it's a lot easier. And it's such a smooth pull. It's not grabby. And so, traffic, held up in traffic jams, clutching in and out, being anything you're going to be doing in the friction zone. Amazing. People with arthritis, people with not very strong hands, people with smaller hands, females, anybody that struggles with that, I can't recommend it like highly enough. Arthritis would be huge for guys. It's just, why have all that pull? Why not reduce it by 45%? It's going to make, it doesn't matter how strong you are, it's just going to make the ride. It's a more premium feel to a premium bike. It just is. I wish it could come stock. We talked about that up front. Nobody does that. It's not going to happen. But we could make these cable clutch systems great again. And that's what our mission's been recently in a lot of our videos. And I think we nailed it. Took it out on the course, set up a bunch of cones. I show you in the video. I talk it through what I'm feeling. I was fresh out on it. I got a little practice here just to kind of feel it. I said, let's go. Let's hit some cones. I ran some really good patterns. And this is what I can say is it makes it feel as close as we're going to get to a hydraulic premium system as we can get with a cable clutch system. I call it kind of a cheat, especially for new riders or even experienced riders that are going to start really hammering cone drills and low speed maneuvers and really becoming proficient at riding their motorcycle and controlling it. Cone patterns and all those trainings, it's kind of a cheat. It's kind of a hack for a cable clutch. The reason I say that is, without being scientific, I don't know exactly how it does it, but because it's a more linear pull, it basically makes it feel like the friction zone is much wider. And the friction zone is where neither your clutch is all the way disengaged or engaged. It's that area we operate in heavily when you're going slow and you're in traffic or slow speed maneuvers, or, you haven't let it all the way out. You haven't pulled all the way in. You need to move just a little bit. You might have a little break with it, especially if you're training. That's the friction zone. What I was noting in the video, you'll see is like the stock cable system, like as I'm full bar lock and leaned and I'm going around cones, you have to it takes a lot of training, but there's very minute movements that I'm making with my clutch hand. Where if I just let it out, just like a pubic hair, it's grabbing. And then I'm like, oh, pubic hair back. It's okay. Right there. I'm trying to hold bar lock. And I'm making these very, very micro adjustments. This allows you, so you don't, and that can be difficult. It's much easier if you don't have to fight and you can just let it out a little farther before things happen. That's what it does. So it smooths things out and you don't have to be as micro and on top of it. It's much more forgiving with that friction zone is what I'll say. And it makes it much wider and it's just a much better feel. Again, more like hydraulic when you're training. That's why it would take a brand new rider, if they're like, I'm going to start training, it's just going to make the whole learning curve that much easier for you because it's going to allow for some errors of adjustment or as you're adjusting your clutch in that friction zone. Hope that made sense. Clear as mud.
Oh, absolutely. And it's because the,
you know more about that part.
The boat and cable tensioner, those two plastic pieces, if you ever lift your collar up out of the way and watch that thing work, there is quite a bit of slop in it. Those two plastic pieces don't really line up that well together and there's a lot of slop. And so you can't be, it lacks a linear pull and it's much grabbier. It's not smooth at all. It's horrible. So having that, replacing that Bowden cable tensioner with that, the metal adjuster and the aluminum cable housing gets rid of a lot of that slop. So that definitely makes it feel like it has a wider friction zone because you can use the clutch much more, accurately, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You get full advantage of that friction zone.
Yeah.
Because the cable's much more accurate. Then you add that reduced tension in there and man, it just, reduced pressure to pull the clutch. It makes drills and low speed stuff just so much better.
Yeah. You just keyed me to something.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of till right now, till you explain it that way. It's very interesting because prior to our police bikes being hydraulic, for years I ran a cable clutch because that's what they had. Mm-hmm. And then we moved into them getting rid of that and we went hydraulic. Then we went from hydraulic back to cable. Very interesting, Lurch. Thinking back to my days of riding the Harley Police Electra, I remembered the friction zone being much wider. And it wasn't as bad.
Right.
And then we moved to hydraulic and it was somewhat very similar. And I couldn't figure out when we moved back to cable because our 21 police bikes, we converted to hydraulic. Mm-hmm. We had the dealership do that. Can't do that on the 24s, guys, right now, not OEM. So I never got to experience the new as much 21 cable clutch system because we inverted them out of the chute. Then I got my 24 and I started doing drills. I'm like, I forgot how shitty a cable clutch is when you're doing this stuff. It's different. The older bikes didn't have the plastic Bowden bullshit.
Correct.
They had similar to a fat bagger's adjuster and or Mueller Power Clutch. Just a light went on because I could not figure out on my bike. And I can, of course, do it. I've trained enough over the years, but it's fucking cumbersome sometimes. And I'm like, geez, Louise, this thing is just, I do it, but there you go. And so what you say is absolutely true it's a true theory because, or a fact, I would call it based on my training experience in the past because Harleys, if you guys didn't know, the older ones, they did have that. It wasn't metal. It wasn't plastic. That came out with 21 and
18 and newer on the Softails and 21 newer on the touring bikes.
There you go. Because touring didn't go to cable till 21, right? So yeah. So either way, even if you don't go with Mueller, go with the easy. Get at minimum, if you don't have a lot of, Benjamins in your pocket right now, you can get the easy fat baggers, easy clutch adjuster at minimum.
Yeah. If you don't need the reduction in pull, the fat baggers is a great choice.
Yep.
And it's an easier install too. You're not taking exhaust off and getting into the internals. You're just replacing that Bowden connector, the plastic crap. So that's a very good option for most people. If
you can always add the Mueller later.
You can. Yeah. Like we said, you can always get rid of the metal Bowden connector if you need to. Or give it to a friend, sell it.
Yeah. What comes in the kit, you just don't need that part of the kit. So, And after that, I had a smile on my face. Oscar, we gave him his bike back. Yeah. Loves it. Absolutely. He had nothing to do with the install. We just gave him his bike back. He's like, he just freaking loves that thing on his CVO. So, I can't recommend it enough. And again, we're trying, guys, to keep them in stock. We've got, raw material shortage. We've bought them out. We've got multiple back orders through wholesalers. You really won't find anybody else online that has them. And some you'll find say they have them, but they haven't realized that they can't get them because they don't stock them. They're just going to drop ship and they'll realize they're not available because we have them all. We're trying our best, guys, and be patient. It's not our fault. This is just how supply chain works and supply and demand. And we demanded them and we broke the system a little bit, but hopefully the system over time will catch back up. Get signed up for the out of stock email. If you're wondering, go watch the video, see if it's for you. And like I say, you can see a lot of visuals.
They will catch up. Just we had a heck of a time just keeping the fat baggers stuff in stock, and then they caught up. When Gerbing went public, not public, I should say, when they started going through distributors, same thing, hard to get. This is something that with your video and that information out there, what was in the system has been gobbled up.
Yep.
But it will catch up.
It will.
It will.
We put a demand on the system and the system's going to adjust. It just takes time.
Yes. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're still blessed, even though you can't get it right away. You still got a Harley-Davidson or a Goldwing or BMW, whatever. Go out and ride. Life's good. Life's good. We'll eventually get you hooked up. Thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully that was very informational, very entertaining.
Infotaining.
Hopefully it was very infotaining to you guys. Taking it back. There you go. Like I say, go watch that video. Speaking of Gerbing gear, we got a shitload. I was going to say plethora, but I prefer shitload right now.
And more coming too.
Oh my God. We have got the best heated gear. If you haven't seen my heated gear video, it blew up. Go watch it on YouTube or go to any of the Gerbing listings in our store, scroll to the bottom. I'll tell you exactly what you need. And what I've tried, what works, all the Amazon bullshit, it breaks. I use this daily as a police motor officer. I went through multiple brands. I tried the cheap stuff. I always fell back. Absolutely, based on my experience, personal and as a police officer, Gerbing, nobody can touch it. Nobody can beat it. They are a leader. They've been around the longest. Feel the material difference. We've had it side by side. That video will explain it all. It'll explain your options, whether you want to go battery, whether you want to go electric, whether you need pants, whether you don't need pants, whether you need a jacket, whether you want a vest or a jacket liner or whatever. I can't believe how well that video did. On top of that, we're getting a big, huge Gerbing display, right, Lurch, for the store?
Yeah, we purchased enough of it that we qualified for a free display, and that's coming directly from Gerbing, so we're just waiting on it. But
so that'll be up at the store if you guys swing by. 3302 Main Street, Union Gap, Washington, 98903. 3302 Main Street. Now, we are open about 95% of the time. But like today, guess what? We're a small company. We can't man the store today. We're out doing 3 podcasts. We're out at the media studio it's a different location where we film and podcast from where we do our business at the store. So if you're coming from out of town and you're going to be super pissed that we're not there, don't do that. Email us, hit the contact form on the store and say, hey, I'm coming through on the 23rd at about 10. We will do everything in our power and tell you if we absolutely can't be there because we're out of town. We're not going to be there. But if we say we're going to be there, we're going to be there for you. We'll mark it on the calendar. We don't want you to miss out. We want to meet you. We want you to experience the store. I may or may not be there. It may be Oscar. It may be Lurch. Or we may all be there. Who knows? It'll be a surprise. But the other thing to do is get on Google. We really stay up on... So like we were closed the last 2 days. We go to our Google profile. So just go to Law Abiding Biker Google and say Law Abiding Biker Media, Union Gap, Washington or whatever. It'll pop up us and it'll give you this, you guys know the Google profile, it'll give you the business hours, and we have access obviously to that, and we manipulate it. So 2 days ago we knew we were going to be on Thursday and Friday, so we said we're closed all Thursday and Friday. So look at that. If you're in town or close and you want to run up, you might want to look at that because we really try to stay up on that. Once in a while we do have to step out for an hour to go to Home Depot to get something or whatever. We put up a sign on the front, we'll be back in an hour or whatever, but really I don't want to make it sound like we're not open. We are. We just don't want people to be pissed or disappointed, so we try to put those announcements out. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for listening. Love y'all. It is prime riding season. Get out there and freaking ride, bikeaholics.